So last night I couldn't sleep and I had to disassemble a bunch of things, so sorry about skipping a step. But I bought this bracket and this wood. I don't know what size, I'm going to use 3/4 or half. But I'll show you what I'm doing. I pulled down all the panels. There's pretty good online instructions how to do that. But you can see all this paneling is removed. I didn't pull down the front completely, just a little bit. I'll show you what it looks like in there. That's the antenna to your car. My car wash guy actually broke the antenna, so I'll be changing that out as well. And it looks like you can get some insulation in here. Maybe in the corners there. I gotta order some. And this is a high roof with AC, 2500, 2016 Sprinter. It was, in my opinion, a hassle to get this off. These clips, you can see there's one broken over there. Right there, that's one broken. But I went to AutoZone and I picked up a couple generics that should work. But it was not easy. I don't think it was easy to take off. So I'm going to leave it like this until I get the insulation. I'm also going to run the camera wires through the driver's side channel because it goes all the way back. So I'm going to run the camera wires. Actually, it doesn't go all the way back, but through the paneling, I can run the wire all the way back. And I think that's where I'm going to put it. You can see all of this is taken apart. What I did is I ran some Romex and I popped out the ashtray. So let's go over that. So I'm putting an inverter below the driver's seat. Let me see, there's the inverter. It's a pure sine wave inverter. Sorry it's backwards, but there's too much stuff to be walking around. And I ran the Romex through here. It's going on the bottom. And I popped it through, and I popped it through that other ashtray. And what I'm going to do is put a outlet, a 110 outlet with USB ports. So when it's on, people can charge their phones or plug in a laptop. I didn't do this first one, ashtray here, because I'm putting a seat, a Ford Transit seat facing backwards right here. So I'm not doing that one. And I'm only doing these two. I know there's one on the other side of the van somewhere, but I don't care about doing. I just need the two outlets, and that should be good enough. What I'm doing here now is that piece of metal I showed you in the beginning of the video. I cut it to about 12 inches, and I'll show you what I'm doing. I'm facing the car, so you can see. I'm putting the bracket right here. And I notched it out so it could be as high as it can, high as it can. And I'm going to be putting a piece of wood there, and that's what I'm going to be mounting the TV ceiling mount stand to. And you can see I just did this side. There was wire for the dome light. I switched it to go on the back side of this and then cross over here because it was wired right here, and I didn't want to I just undid the connectors and I moved it over. I just didn't want to have this bracket interfere. So I mounted the bracket, 2 self-tapping sheet metal screws. I think that's going to be plenty strong enough. I don't think a third one is needed. I think it's overkill. So, and I notched that out as well. You can see the notches and the notches there. So I'm gonna mount this one right here. And I'm going to put the wood, and then the biggest thing is, let me try to walk around this mess. Is I marked right here where I need the cutout in pencil. Hopefully it will come out if I need to, but that's where I need the cutout. I'm going to slice it open. I'm not going to cut that big hole. I'm going to slice it down the middle and see if I can kind of slip in the ceiling mount without exposing the bolts and stuff. I want to try to screw it in one side at a time. I can shift this around and then mount it. But that's the idea, is to try to not cut out as little as possible and get the mount on. I don't know how I'm going to put this back. It's going to be a project, let me tell you. Not looking forward to this. So I do suggest, if you do have your headliner undone, I would suggest doing as much as you can to it while you have it off, because it's a lot of work. So anything you need to do it now. Extra wiring, extra 12 volt, extra insulation, whatever you need, do it now. I also disconnected the negative by the gas pedal, just to make sure I didn't mess with the airbags in any way. I don't need those going off by accident for some reason. So I have the power totally disconnected. And I just wanted to give you guys a quick update. And sorry I didn't show you this disconnection process, but you can see those slide forward. I kind of pulled them out. And there's ones in the middle, well, behind the AC. There's ones in the front. Obviously I'm missing that one because, where is it? It's still up here. This is going to be a job putting it back together. So while I have it apart, I'm going to insulate. I'm going to run as many wires as I need, and hopefully button this thing up by tomorrow. But I will try to video as much as I can as I go through the steps. But taking this off was a real bear, and it was not fun. So don't do it unless you need to.